we've had a few requests to go over like who we are. What is the void? How did this come about? What's the history of us? So I'll let you guys take that, man. I'll let you guys answer that question in your eyes, in your hearts.
I'll start. Well, The Void started out, the inspiration came from a movie that I saw and that all of us have seen. It's called Enter the Void. It's about, I won't give away too much, but it's about astral projection, what happens after you die. DMT is involved in it. It's just a wild movie. When we all met at Cal State Long Beach, we had this pretty shitty apartment that I think like we had about 3 or 4 people in a 1 bedroom. People sleeping on the floor. It was pretty grimy, very college-like. But we just kind of caught on, and I said like, "Oh, enter the void. Come to the void." We started calling our place the Void because, yeah, obviously when someone walks in, say that, and that kind of stuck. From there, we moved into a 5-bedroom house, the one that Lewis is in right now. And the 4 of us and Brett and the 5 of us combined are the Void. This is kind of our group of close friends. We met in college in Pike Fraternity. So that's kind of my overview of what the Void is.
Lewis, what was that experience like, living at the Void, being in the Void in college during our college years? I guess what would be a good representation of that in a few words?
I mean, okay.
That's all you gotta say.
I feel like everybody in the group knows, like, I'm kind of the clean freak, the person that, like, I think it took the most acclimating for, or I don't know how you want to call it, but there has to be some compromises, right? When you're living with a bunch of your, like, really good friends and, you know, you get a little lazy, you get that kind of college vibe of freedom, and shit gets everywhere. And the fact that we have this tiny little fucking place that, I mean, you barely had enough room to sit on the couch with your boys. It got messy, as you can imagine. I mean, I'm sure we'll get into a couple horror stories. At one point, Anthony Gannum, I'll call him out, some pretty disgusting, just, unforgivable type of stuff. I'm just going to get into
I saw some pretty disgusting behavior.
Real quick. So you guys are all familiar with the rotisserie chickens, classic good, savory home meal that you're going to take home to a family. So Anthony, he was about the gains. I respected that he was like very fit and into the workout and all that stuff. Hey, by all means, we're all into that good stuff, and stay healthy, right? This is the time. This guy left that rotisserie chicken in the oven for, man, I don't know, 3 weeks, a month?
3 weeks.
At least.
I didn't cook there. I mean, I was getting everything to go. So something stunk in there like dead. And we all know it was the Gannum style guy. So he had the audacity, right? One of the 3 weeks when we found it, I got a 12-pack of Coronas it was me and Brett, I think, and maybe Nolan was there. And he's like, "Hey, Lewis, you think I can get one of those Coronas?" And I'm like, "By all means, please enjoy one of the Coronas after you destroy that filthy mess that's in that fucking oven. Man, that is gross. Have you smelled that?" It was absurd. Just a little taste of kind of what we had to deal with in there. And things got cleaned up here.
We kept cleaning, but it kept smelling worse, so we knew something was wrong.
Hey, Anthony, if you're watching this, we still love you, man.
Love you, brother.
I'm going to bleep that out, man. I don't know. To tie the bow on that whole story, just to kind of end that, when that person came back and asked to stay at our house, Lewis was the person to tell him that no, he will not be staying at our house, as he was lifting his dumbbells, lifting right in front of him, telling him that
Amongst
you
other
do not
things
have
that
a place
were
to stay here as you expected. So just as a representation of that relationship, what it involved.
Give me some credit. Nobody else was going to do it. I had to be the bearer of bad news. So it was in the middle of my workout time, and I was going to get in a few reps. And
I was damn near
at the end of the day,
unconscious.
nobody wanted him to go, or no one wanted him to stay. It was a non-issue. No one's going to make it happen.
Yes,
So,
I will give you that. It was a bad time in the household at that moment when he was trying to get there, So, but yeah. I mean, you could have delivered it in a kinder, nicer way potentially, But sorry, not to deviate. But let's hear it from you, Vibor. What were your thoughts of living at the Void in a few words?
Dude, it was pretty awesome. Like, we didn't have anywhere for a while. Like, we didn't know what to do.
We didn't have a fraternity house.
Yeah, so I think we took initiative and kind of just got that started. But I don't think anyone here regrets living at the Void. It was dirty. A lot of shit happened, but
that's about it.
I think it was very, very good overall experience. A lot of things happened. I think we'll, talk about more stuff as we get there. One thing I do want to bring up that was funny was Og and Norma, our landlord tenants.
Rest in peace.
God, yeah, bless their soul.
R.I.P.
They were 90 something, 96, 97 when we signed the lease of the house. And our biggest worry the whole time was hopefully they signed the lease before, they croak. And when they signed the lease, I think that was like one of the happiest things that have happened. And we were ready to rage. We just went and slept there that day. I think we just took everything from that old dirty apartment and then slept on the floor with nothing.
Got trashed.
I painted my room that weekend. I remember that. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we paint. Oh my God, remember that?
That was. I would say that our time at the Void was a bunch of life lessons. Yeah, that'd be the best way I could explain it. It was a way of us being, I guess, in our young 20s at the time, learning a bunch of shit the hard way. I punched a few holes in the wall. Some are still there.
Oh yeah, me too.
Some doors were broken down.
Yeah.
I broke my hand a few times because of it. So
Yep.
I think someone took a shit in the house carpet.
That never happened. Can we not put that in here? We're gonna edit that one out.
I didn't see it, so it might as well not happen.
Someone ran through our back.
None of the other stuff, but
the possum moments.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Too many. All right. We wanted to do this so that people could kind of get an understanding, but that's where the name came from. That's kind of what it represents, and it's the five of us. So that's really what Void is.
A bunch of debauchery. But we've grown up. Look at us now. Look, no hands,